hello everyone. Easy Creative Life. Good morning. Hi, hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for joining us. I'm here in the house with these beautiful ladies. And Leah, she is an amazing artist. So I don't want to speak for her, and I'm going to give her the board. She can take over and tell us everything we need to know about her. But first, we would like to start with Leah for her to tell us like what inspired her, like what made her get into doing henna.
Right, so I'm gonna start doodling here. I got started when I was 14, so it's been almost 13 years. I've been keeping track since June of every year.
Wow.
And I found henna in California, actually. It wasn't very popular in Arizona yet. I was vacationing with my family, and we were out on the beach, and they were doing henna, and I was just really fascinated by the medium, and I wanted to do it myself. They were doing all these beautiful designs and fun designs, and I thought, well, I could do that. And I bought a henna cone from one of the artists, and my mom stood with me out on the boardwalk while I drew on random strangers on the beach.
In California?
Yeah, in San Diego, over on Mission Beach. And that's how I got started. I just kept going from there. I started working for other artists, and then eventually I decided I was at a point in my career where I could start my own business. And that's where I ended up now, today.
So you didn't have any background growing up, your family, nobody was into it?
Nope. There's artists in my family, but nothing like this. My mom's creative. My aunt she knits, and all kinds of different mediums. But this is very different in the family.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really great. Wow, I wish I could do something like that and just see people like, I want to do this. This sounds really fun, but I can, see what I can do. I want to try. That's really good. And yeah, my other question would be, what does your work aim to say?
Like the message that I want to. Well, I don't know. I don't always have a specific message in mind. I'm more just. Sometimes it's just to get my own creation out. I like to do a lot of pop culture references and things like that, and floral designs just because I think it looks beautiful.
Okay.
And sometimes people request things from me, like a tattoo that they want to try, that they want to test it out before they get the real thing, and sometimes it's really important to them, and they end up crying because it's really meaningful, and so it just depends. Like I love seeing somebody carrying my artwork with them instead of just putting a painting on the wall, and I like that it's important to some people, and people appreciate it, and it's just a lot of fun and fulfilling for me.
That's awesome. As you can see right there, she's in action, but it's going to be a surprise to show you, after the after effect. I can't wait to see it. It is so fascinating, how, I guess it's just got to be in your blood, how people can see things and just look at it and be able to draw it. I don't have that artistic.
Neither do I.
In me at all. I can't.
You could.
At all.
You could definitely do it.
You think so?
It just takes practice.
True.
And dedication.
True. It's basically everything in life takes, the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yeah.
So you have to be really passionate about it to kind of be able to bring that result out. I think. Is there anyone who would you say would be your biggest influence?
I pull from a lot of different. My influence I pull from a lot of different places. There's most mostly other henna artists and tattoo artists, just because of the style. There's a lot of different style art that I love, but when it comes to my own art, I think specifically there's one henna artist that I follow on Instagram. Her username is Hendrawn, so HENN.drawn.
Oh, okay.
And she does these like beautiful, similarly styled like tattoo designs and floral designs, and she has a lot of talent, and she inspires me to improve my work.
That's great. That's great. It's always good to have those person that you look up to, that you see that work, that you really much admire, and you, it's not like you're doing what they are doing, but you admire that work, and you admire like the effort, the time, and the percent they put into it to make that look great, and I love that. Which is, it's great. I love it. How does your work develop, or your career? How is it developed for you? So right now into this, is it a business you do it full time? Is it full time? Is it part time? Or do you work somewhere else?
I wish it was full time. It got to a point before the pandemic hit. I was doing much better, to the point where I thought that, not too much longer now, and I could probably do this full time.
Oh wow!
But unfortunately, the universe just went its way, and I lost a lot of business because everything is in social settings and big events, and it's the best way that I can market myself, and parties with a lot of people. So unfortunately right now I'm not working full time doing henna. I try to keep up as much as I can, and just hope that when we can start getting back together again, I can go back to where I was, or at least build from where I am. But right now I'm just working full time at Honor Health. I do medical scheduling.
Oh, nice.
And which is still, I enjoy that.
Yeah.
But I miss my art.
Yeah,
and my
art.
passion.
Yeah, just a part of you that I want to explore. Like,
Exactly.
come on, let's do this.
Are we gonna do another marathon piece anytime soon?
You did a marathon piece?
We call them marathon pieces because the longest one we've ever done is 7 hours. I had to stay still for 7.5 hours.
7.5 hours. Kind of like a tattoo, right? Isn't it?
Yeah,
tattoo
It was
down?
her entire back that we did. So
I couldn't move for 7 hours because we didn't just do a big piece. We used hagwa, which is it's like henna. It's temporary as well, but it's darker and it looks more like a realistic tattoo when it's done. And henna, if you smear it by accident before it's dry, you can clean it up before it stains. Hagwa doesn't let you do that. If you smear it, it's stained.
Wow,
So
I didn't know that.
I couldn't move for 7.5 hours, and then at least almost 2 hours after that on top, so it would dry. Yeah. So
I do want to explain
Yeah,
that
please.
there's a thing called black henna, and some people love to use it, and I absolutely despise it because
it's dangerous.
It's made with black hair dye, and there's a reason why people don't use it. Because it's the chemical in the black hair dye causes a severe allergic reaction. Even if you're not allergic to it at the time, you can become allergic to it. So eventually the reaction becomes...
You show them your face while you explain it.
Oh, thank you. Over time, the reaction can become so severe that you have permanent burning, bubbling scars on your body. So I avoid that completely. And the point of that is that the hagwa, while it looks similar, is not the same thing as black henna. It's actually made from a tropical fruit and creates a very dark blue stain. And there's not a lot of concern for an allergic reaction. If you have a sensitivity to tropical fruits, then I would avoid it. But if worst case scenario, it will not cause a reaction that severe. You might have a little bit of a rash, but it's temporary.
Wow, I learned something about that because I had no idea about about it. Yeah, I try. I know I don't want to put them in. It has to be lighter because you will never see it. It will get lost in my skin.
I could still do
Really?
natural henna.
You
Yeah.
could do light henna.
Huh.
The white would actually be beautiful too.
I would definitely want to try it up and make a big one. Actually, it can cover my mommy's scar. You know, mommy had like stretch mark and stuff. It can cover that up and on my leg. And now I feel comfortable with shorts. So how do you? Let's see this question here because I want to make sure. How do you seek out opportunities? By saying seeking out opportunities, do you have a panel that you belong to that you kind of network with a lot of people that does henna or tattoo, or do you go to an event and stuff like that? So how do you seek out those opportunities?
I actually have been doing a lot of my networking on my own to a certain extent. I find events that are going on that I can be involved in, and I do markets and market myself that way, and through there I end up meeting people that are like, hey, I have another event, come do this one, or I have my friend might want to hire you for a party or whatever it might be. So the group of opportunities that I have and people involved in the community is just kind of grows from there.
Okay, that's great. Most people can, like photographers, it's always good to we try to kind of connect and network with other people in the industry and just kind of be around each other. So basically just no community like that in Arizona that do like henna, tattoo community.
There's
I don't know any. It's like I'm new in the area. I don't know if there's anything like that. Is this?
Yes. So there is, there's a community of henna artists that, we all kind of communicate with each other. If, hey, I can't make this party. Do you want this? Or I need an extra person at this event, or whatever it may be. Or I need advice with this batch of henna that I made, or whatever it is. There is a Facebook group that I'm a part of that's just Arizona henna artists.
Okay.
Some of it is just I have their phone number and I contact them and I meet them.
Okay.
But, before the pandemic, we used to do henna meetups and we'd all get together and do henna.
Something like that. Okay.
But it's been a while since we've had that.
Yeah. With the whole thing going on, everyone's so afraid to get out or do anything. So speaking of that, is there any current trend that you follow? How the world changing, everybody, there's a little trend going on now. Photography has a new trend, or model has a new trend happening. So for honor artists, is that a new trend that you guys follow, or you're following that you like to share?
I really love flash tattoos.
Flash tattoos.
Like the grunge look flash tattoos. I don't know what it is, but they're really fun to do and to design as well. But so I get some inspiration from that, but I always add flowers to everything, it seems.
You really do.
So trans tattoo will be like what? I'm sorry for the ignorance because I don't know.
So like flash tattoos are more something in the tattooing community, but it's like small designs that fit in a just one space.
Okay.
So maybe moons or a small character of some kind, or words and with little flames in it, or whatever it may be. I specifically love to draw snakes and moons and flowers.
So snakes. It's so bad in Africa. I'm terrified of them. And then I moved to Arizona. Everyone like, you moved to Arizona for snakes? So yeah, we talk about snakes. That's where my mind went.
Don't look at my Instagram. That's all snakes.
I did. I look at it. There's some really good work there. I'm saying some really good. So don't forget to check out her page. You're on Instagram. You're on Facebook page too?
I do. It's the
Okay.
same name on my
Okay.
Facebook, Desert Henna Company.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to interrupt you. You can finish up with your
Oh,
talk.
I lost train of thought at this point.
Don't worry. We got more to go.
I think that was the end of
The
my
flash.
thought. Is the flash tattoos. I love modern style tattooing with like I know it's a little bit overdone. I know some people in the tattoo community feel this way, but I love the animals, like the full color animal tattoos with floral designs, and I just think it looks beautiful. There's actually one tattoo artist who's local that I follow that I draw a lot of inspiration from. His Instagram name is Art is Life.
Okay.
And he has a lot of
Art is Life. You can check him out.
He has a lot of really nice line work and
Okay.
like line art style drawing and stippling that I really like that style.
Awesome. So now coming to the big question, how do you price stuff? Like how do you price, your pricing, like if you're doing like what you're doing? Because I'm sure people out there who wants to do it and will be dying to hear, like how do you price stuff? How do you come up with that?
Yeah, how do you price that, Liz?
She helps me because I
Too nice.
I'm too nice sometimes, but I am strict on my hourly rates. If I do parties and things like that, I charge $75 an hour.
Okay.
And that can get I can get a lot done in an hour. I usually a party of 10 to 15 people in that time.
You do those 10 to 15 people in an hour?
Yeah, and it's usually hand designs. And,
Okay.
If there's little kids that just want something small, then that helps get through people in that time.
Okay.
But that's my typical rate. But if
Okay.
I'm doing an event where I'm charging per design, it depends. Like my minimum is $5.
For design?
Yes.
Like how big are the designs?
Like something that fits on your finger.
Okay.
And then something like this on my arm. I don't
So
know
what
if
is
you can
that?
see it. This is
A snake?
The snake and flowers. I would probably charge at least $30 for this, but she'd probably say it's something else, and
Yeah, 30's right.
Yeah,
30,
okay.
35, that's right.
I'm
Good
doing
girl.
good.
She's doing great.
I'm so proud. Thank you.
That looks good.
No, I'm glad you're recognizing your work. 'Cause she looks
Yeah,
so
you
hard.
have to. It's so important for us artists to kind of value our potential and what we're giving, what we're bringing on the table,
Yeah.
because it requires a lot of thinking, a lot of work. Like for her, when she's doing Henna, she doesn't even trace. I get some people like thinking about and tracing. She just kind of look at a picture, okay, I'm done with it, and just kind of do her thing. So that requires a lot of thinking, a lot of work going into it. So I think it's good for us to see like what we're bringing to the table and kind of price it right.
Yes, I'm very proud of her. Because she can, like she said, she can do designs very, very quickly. And when we first started working together, she would tell me like, oh, well, this is going to be maybe $10, $15. I said, no, this is like a $25 piece. And she's like, but I can do it in like 2 minutes. I was like, no, it's $25 because this is your work. And you're doing this without any idea. You're just giving them whatever the heck they want. So yeah, it's $25.
See,
I'm rubbing off on you. I'm so
Yeah.
I'm so happy right now.
which is great. It's always good to have that person that kind of value and see the potential into you, that is willing to kind of push you, and we should value our work. So we should totally do that. And it shows, the after product. So don't be stingy.
Yeah. Exactly.
So if you're having any party, don't forget to contact Leah. She will hook you up. And so right now with everything going on, are you still I'm sure there's some people still having like little party here and there. So do you still go out and if something going on, do you still go out and do some Henna?
I'll do something, small. I do have a couple of regulars that I do henna for, and then I've got a couple of small things, but I'm trying to just be careful as best as I can during this time.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I have, my roommate is high risk, and I
yeah.
have friends that are very high risk to where they could die if they get the COVID, the coronavirus. So
That's
it's
not great.
important.
And we need to protect ourselves while we're doing that, and which is awesome.
Yes, but to answer your question, I will still work right now. I just, within reason. I'm not going to do a party of 300 right now.
You used to do a party of 300?
There were some bridal parties that were about that size of straight 8 hours of work, no breaks, just constant.
Wow.
Because every woman wants both sides of their hands, and there's no time for a break. So I still love it. It was worth the effort that goes into it. But
making all these people feel so amazing, and they're like, oh my God, Leah did this. This is good, and your work is like going out. That's really good for that amount of people. And you guys should go do a lot of events, right?
We did a couple. We did a few together. I think the biggest one we did together was the haunted swap meet, which unfortunately was canceled this past year.
Swap meet.
Yes, it was put on. My dad runs the group. It's the AZ Hunters group.
AZ what?
AZ Hunters.
Hunters. Okay.
And it's people who just love Halloween. Like, they're obsessed with Halloween. Like, as soon as Halloween's over, we're planning the next Halloween.
Really?
That's the type of people we are. And I invited Leah because she's an artist. My father had her at the very first event, and he liked her work, and she wanted in again, and he knew she was my friend now, so he's like, yeah, let's have her come in. She does really great work. And there ended up being an insane amount of people because the event was free.
Wow.
So we were, like an hour into it, we were swamped. Yeah, the whole area was completely full, and there was a line to get in. That looped all the way around.
We had it in a mall.
It was in a mall.
Wow.
And it looped all the way, like halfway around the building.
So there was a lot of people there.
There was a lot of people. So what we usually do is she will start doing a big back design just to get attention. And then when someone comes up, she'd stop. And we had a big design planned, and there just was too many people. I was like, just finish up this big flower and I'm going to get started. So started taking orders. So I'd have to go, I would try to get her a break or get her food or stuff, because there was at least, let's say she was working on one person, there would be at least 5 to 6 people already paid up and waiting to go.
Wow, that's amazing.
Least, if not, I think at one point there was almost 10 people that had already paid me and they were waiting to get their stuff done. I was like, all right, calm down. Everybody line up on this side, please.
That's awesome. That's really great. We can't wait for COVID things to go down so that everything can get back to normal, get around, get to these amazing events. So it's kind of almost time to wrap up, but before we wrap that, I would like to finally, if there's any advice you can give to anyone out there who's trying to get into the industry of henna, tattoo, whatever, because kind of part of the same community. Is there any advice you can give them?
Just to keep practicing.
So,
and I don't know, what can I say?
Be confident in your work. Don't doubt it just because someone says they don't like it. You have to be confident about it.
It does happen where it can get discouraging.
So
sometimes
right now,
if you don't have support,
you're looking at them and saying, this is the advice that I get for you, that I have for you. So shoot, Leah.
Yes, to be confident in yourself and to not give up. Because part of starting your business and starting your career, it feels like a long process, and it can be. And you have to keep going, and you have to accept that it's possible that you'll fail, and just keep going in spite of that, in spite of what other people tell you that you will fail. Because that happens a lot, and it's sad that it does.
Yeah.
You have some support from your friends, but there's so many people that want to tear you down, and you just ignore it because it's not important. So just keep going and keep trying, keep learning, be open-minded, be humble, and to take advice from people and just keep working and stay consistent.
Awesome. So Leah, give that very nicely. Never doubt yourself. Always, always. Because there's people who are going to want to bring you down. Say, hey, you're not going to bring me down. The drama, take it away from me. And the people that there to lift you up, you want to be around those people that are encouraging you, that is there for you, that's supporting you, that pushing you. That sometimes you don't even want to do it because you're discouraged. You went to do something, it didn't turn out right the way you're thinking. And you're like, I don't want to do it. But that somebody is there like pushing you. Be around those people, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're there to push you. Like Leah.
That's what I have her for.
Yeah, she's always there for her. So you want to show us like what you
Yes.
did?
Turn. I just did a floral piece. That's what I like to do the most. Just with some little jewelry bits and.
So you can go closer so I can see it. Just look great. And sharing it back. Go down, a little down. Perfect. That look amazing, guys. Keep going. Keep on your business. Don't quit your day job.
Yes.
Because being an artist is not fun. But it's hard to kind of make it, but we can make it. We're going to make it. We are like persistent people, right?
We are.
And we are women with power. We're very stubborn. We're like, we're going to do this. We're going to do it. So,
I do it. It's so possible.
oh yeah, to women.
Yes.
Woo! Bam!
Oh,
So,
yeah.
thank you guys so much for tuning in. And don't forget, also we have a big event coming up. In March 7 is our big first meetup. So please come in, come by, support. We're going to have a goodie bags and all that. Don't forget, Corman Trusco is going to be our guest speaker for the day. So don't forget. And I'm going to turn you up. Let's see. I'm hiding here.
Is that off yet?
Let's see. I'm trying to save it before it goes up.